in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Texas Tech Red Raiders, Jones AT&T Stadium in Lubbock, Texas. As we'll see, the number 16 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Texas Tech Red Raiders. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Running back searching for a hole. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Takes the handoff. It's O'Neal. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
And the Red Raiders will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Handoff from the gun. And the first play is stuffed, and the visitors know they're not exactly being welcomed in this place.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Grabbed over the middle. It's Green. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
Great execution on the RPO, and the receiver had some time to find the soft spot in the zone and make himself open for the quarterback and make it a much easier pass. Great job.
The Tigers just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. From the gun, running back on the move. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I don't think people understand how valuable it is to be able to hand the ball to your running back and get everyone settled to start the football game, especially when there's production like this. Man, your quarterback feels a little bit more comfortable. The defense feels a little bit uneasy. The offensive line gets settled in. Nice start by this offense.
Back's going for the goal line, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Got the first down and more. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Hey, listen, explosive plays comes in all different shapes and sizes. That time they attacked the outside to the left on the ground, and that is a momentum-shifting play.
They know they have a huge advantage there. I expect them to go right back to it.
And what do you do now if you're on defense? You got to be expecting that they're going to try and tack that side of the field maybe in the same way.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And he was held in check in game 1, but you're not going to hold him in check for long. And right out the gates, getting a sack in the second ball game, that will not be his last sack of the season. This dude is a ball player.
The Red Raiders trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Williams looking for a man. Fires to the right. Interception. You don't see him make that kind of mistake very often. Taking it the other way. He's at the 10, and he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, LSU!
This guy really is the complete linebacker. Not only is he physical, and not only can he play downhill to stop the run, this guy is a weapon in pass coverage. You saw it on that play. What can this guy do?
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Here comes the heat. Blasted as he lets it go.
Yeah, you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. He might want another play. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Gentry. So important to convert these 3rd downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Grabbed in the backfield. It's O'Neal. Tried to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
He wants to throw it again. Shoots it to the left. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Williams will pass. Fires left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And the Red Raiders are rolling down the field. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. The Red Raiders are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big 3rd down stop by this defense. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. The snap sets up to throw. Buying some time. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest.
Wow, what a big play. And how about the hit-stick tackle right there? That's one this offense is going to remember.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Got it in the middle. It's Watkins. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
This receiver is so dangerous out in space, and it's a nice job by the QB getting him the ball early on the curl route. And you see, once he has it, he's got some wiggle, he's got some shake, makes some defenders miss, and gets up the field.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. They'll give it to the back. Breaks the tackle.
Now, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
And what are they cooking up on 2nd and short? 3 receivers lined up to the left. Caught near the sticks. It's Watkins. Brought down, but looks as if LSU will pick up the first down.
Like QBs, when you see zone covers, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
Johnson looking to throw. Got a man. It's Howard. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Give to the running back. And runs through another one. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here, and they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Here's a heat. Now improvising. Got enough space, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd, man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Texas is down right now, but there is still a ton of football to be played. And for a program that ranks inside the top 10 all-time in wins, don't be surprised if they come back. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Notre Dame. We'll keep you updated as this one goes forward, as this could shake up the Big 12 race significantly.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Brings it in down the left side. And they'll bring him down after the long completion, a chunk play for the offense.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Scrambling away. On the move to the right and looking for a big one.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
Hand off from the shotgun. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down.
At the 22. 4th down coming up.
And the Red Raiders looking to convert on 4th down. Goes to the option. He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the first down. The Red Raiders are moving quickly down the field. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Good timing on the quick out. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, it's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
Lets it go to the end zone. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Bulldozes his way through. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
Dude, you're just thinking hold him to 3, make him kick a field goal, don't let him score points. Heck no, you turn it into offense. What a play. Catches the ball in the end zone. Take a knee. Take a knee. No, sir. I'm taking this thing all the way back 100 yards to the house. What a play.
And the extra point makes it 28-0. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. He'll bring it out. It's Miles. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Williams looking for a man. Rushes on him. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple times and they've been sacked a couple times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now. You have got to give the defense tons of credit. They are dominating in the trenches. That's the big story so far.
A strike downfield. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go. The football had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Pressure coming. He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on 3rd down from the 43. Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Got his man. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down.
I mean, the great news is you just came up with a huge completion on 3rd down, but the bad news is you're still miles away from picking up this first because of how poor you were 1st and 2nd down. Moving forward in this game, the offense has got to do a better job early in the drive to at least give them a chance to have some success.
Here's the pressure. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Running to the left. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
With the catch, it's Watkins. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down.
That's a 1st down for the offense.
Johnson wants to throw it. He's going to take off. At the 35, he's open. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
Man, that's so frustrating, and it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Looking to scramble. Turns and fires a risky pass back to the right. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. And the Red Raiders buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on first down. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense in an empty set. Williams will pass. Sends it downfield. He's got it down the left side. They make the stop with a big pickup thanks to the big arm from this senior quarterback. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the tight end. The quick out. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. Got the quick pass. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
The Red Raiders with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They're looking to throw on second and short. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
And the Red Raiders really need to keep this drive alive on third down. A shot toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Movement on the offense, and they'll lose 5 yards on the penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on fourth down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on fourth down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
And the Tigers racing to the line in the hurry-up. A run for the quarterback. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
Throws toward the end zone. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
That's an example of the offensive coordinator trying to be aggressive and trying to take a shot. Now, the offense isn't able to click on that play, but moving ahead in the second half, it's important they continue to dial up these big plays. You want to stay aggressive, and you want to...
Intercepted! intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Williams looking for a man. Going for the big play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep ones.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Red Raiders will boot it away to start the second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to...
Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run, so now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again here?
Pocket breaking down. Quarterback gets the first down and more. At the 45 on his way. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You can see on the sidelines, guys, he could not wait to get back out there. And that time, it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got it in the middle. It's Gilbert. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. LSU lining up 1st and goal. Johnson looking to throw. Quarterback extends the play. Bought a little time, lets it go. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
And this offense shows right away on first down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on 2nd down and goal?
And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. And the defense forced the quarterback out of bounds before he could get rid of it. Had to take the loss.
All right, nice job, defense. Backs against the wall. You did your job setting up 4th down. Just be careful, though, because this is a team that's shown they can fake field goals. Your guys have to be alert.
It'll be 4th and goal, and it'll be a tough one. He's looking to pass. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
Number 24.
And after starting the season 0-1, they knew they needed more from their offense in this game. They just had to find ways to make more explosive plays, and that's what they've been able to do. They've executed at a tremendous level. I really like the quarterback play and the leadership that he's showing, and because of that, they look like they're going to get back to 500, and let's see where this team can go.
32. Set to kick off.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the returner will be brought down. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Williams will pass. Throws for the tight end. And here's the third interception of the night. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
Great place to start for this offense. The pull and throw off the RPO. Touchdown LSU! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Number 17.
I know this offense had some question marks coming into the year with respect to who would be catching touchdowns in the offense. I think they may have found their guy. This guy had a TD in their first game. He has another one here. Right now, he has been a matchup problem for opposing defenses.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Tennessee endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from Rocky Top. And the Vols came away with a win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is a W. Top 25 teams and a very clear outcome today, guys. Ought to be fun to see how the rankings are impacted this week.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I just think such a big part of this offense is being physical and establishing the run game. They haven't had a lot of success offensively early in this one, and that's why right there, they're not able to get this guy going yet. That's got to change as this game goes on.
Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Complete to the right. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
And the Red Raiders will snap it on 1st and 10. Let's go! Williams looking for a man. Oh, they're after him. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the late in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive. They've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion. I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They just keep firing. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. Quarterback making checks. On 4th down, going to the air. Fires to the right. He's got it. First down and more. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. 4th down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big 4th down conversion.
Makes the catch. It's Turner. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Quarterback just threw that one wide. Might have been bothered that the defender was going to try to undercut that route and pick it off.
Yeah, and those out routes, remember, you're throwing all the way towards the sideline, so it's a longer throw. And you're right, if you miss short, Reese, that DB gets to take it, collect it, and go back to that.
He's got it, and he will score! Touchdown, Red Raiders!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. So that one will put his name in the record books. You can't have a longer return in college football. 100 yards for 6. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Making side adjustments here. Williams will pass. He fires to the left side. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
And it slips just inside that right upright. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And that's a really good response by this defense. Their offense throws an interception, puts them in bad field position. They respond with a stop, force a field goal. Yeah, they got 3 points, but great job by this defense.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. To do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Williams looking for a man. Finds his target down the middle. Turning it on. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
And this QB has been on top of it. He's made good reads. You could tell, taking care of the football, put up a lot of yards. He's over 350 on the day now.
Looking to throw on 1st down. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. Finds space on the right. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So he got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around to make it an easy pass and catch.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Can't connect on his first throw.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. To throw, it's Hammond. Right on target this time. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration so my running back can fall forward just like that and get the 1st down.
The Red Raiders kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. The offense changing the play. To the air on 1st down. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after.
Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Got him downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after it. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man. Just he catches the football, and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Green. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Taylor wants to throw. Buys a little time with his feet. Jukes his way for more. Breaks into the open. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
That has to sting as a defense. In a third and obvious passing situation, you're going against this dual-threat quarterback you know can scramble, right? You've got to have somebody at home either spying him or mirroring him, expecting that to happen. That time, the defense wasn't in the right position, and the quarterback absolutely killed them with his legs, picking up the first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Tigers.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. San Jose State looks like it sent the JV squad out there today. An offense that can't move the sticks and a defense that looks disinterested. They're trailing by 17 to Toledo. For now, it's back to you fellows, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Laundry down on the field as the pass is incomplete, but let's see what the penalty is. All wideouts, no backs. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to pass. It's Hammond. Fires to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
On target to the left. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. This dude is putting up numbers. He just cracked the 150 mark in receiving yards.
Man, he's a weapon, Reese. He runs routes. He's fast. He's great with the football in his hands, and he can line up in a lot of different spots and run the entire route tree. I mean, what can't this guy do?
Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got room on the return. At the 30. He's at the touchdown, Red Raiders. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick six.
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, maybe build some momentum for some future games.
He'll try to tack on one more. Bangs it through for an extra point. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll start the return inside his 5. Oh, the ball's out on the return. The kicking team's got it, and they take the ball right back.
Hey, as a return guy, you know that you're going to get popped. You know you've got guys that have a 50-yard run at you trying to dislodge the football. You've got to do a better job of ball security.
Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Scanning the field, it's Hammond. Throws to the wideout. He makes the catch. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Listen, as the game goes along, you start to figure out what that defense does. And then offense, I think they got a really good clue that that corner route continues to be open. I'd keep hitting it.
And the Red Raiders will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Easy. They want to throw it. Still looking on the move. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. It won't matter much in the outcome, but a little extra stat padding is nice.
Well, it's good to finally see this offense have a little bit of success because that has not been the case in this game. Nothing has gone their way. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. You know, guys, coaches are always trying to find things to build on, and this is at least something late in this game, scoring that touchdown that hopefully helps build their confidence the next time they take the field.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Turner. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18.
Will take over 1st and 10.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Motion from the wide receiver. Caught in the backfield, it's Green. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Here comes the offense on 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. They'll start this one from the 29 on 1st down. Might as well give it to him again. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. LSU right back to the line. Handoff to the lone back. To the 43-yard line and a 1st down for this offense.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Here's the handoff. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. Taylor wants to throw it. Looking to scramble. On the run, deep down the right side. Makes the grab on the big throw. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Well, obviously this team didn't get the start they wanted to on the year, coming into this one 0-1, but a great job there getting that drive, putting 6 up on the board. They've got a comfortable lead. They wanted to turn the page and start to build momentum. This is a massive win for this program.
21.
On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking downfield on 1st down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
And he's got enough for the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 34. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Stone. Just like that. A huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over. Maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
To the air, it's Hammond. Buys a little time. Fires into the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on 1st down and just about turned the thing over.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after.
Intercepted deep in his own end. Finally brought down, but what a play. Not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know,
there he goes. Rams him with the stiff arm. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Creates a little room. He's loose. Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown on the final play. The denouement. The epilogue. The finishing touch.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.